Phi Theta Kappa
Upsilon Pi
presents
Emergency planning.
From the smallest emergency to a major disaster.
Today I'm going to show you how to put together an emergency kit, from the smallest emergency to a major disaster. First thing you're going to need is a bag. You want it to be able to hold everything you're going to put in it. It should have straps on the back so that you can carry it around. First thing in the bag you're going to need is a first aid kit. You can find these at most stores and gas stations. This one I like because it has lots of compartments and it has room for adding stuff to it. It comes with a lot of this. I did go back and add more to it. Some of the stuff you are going to need is going to be gauze in many different sizes. And then the other things you're going to need are Band-Aids, again in many different sizes. Closures, which will stop bleeding in case you can't get it to stop. You put a closure on there. Also, you're going to need tape. Gloves are an excellent thing to have. You may want more than one pair because you can use them for other things. If you have a latex allergy, you want to make sure that you get someone that does not have latex in them. You want to make sure you have alcohol pads, quick clean wipes to clean off the wound, tweezers in case you have a piece of wood or metal stuck inside from a tornado or anything like that. You want to have Q-tips. Safety pins are great. They can be used for anything from a splint to a fishing hook. You want to have tape for the bandages and gauze. Poison ivy ointment is also a good thing. The most forgotten items in any emergency kit and first aid kit is lip balm. Lip balm, even though it's mostly forgotten, is one of the biggest ways to keep from getting sick because it keeps your skin from drying out and getting chapped, which can lead to cracking and bleeding, which can lead to infections and spores getting inside your body, which are all bad. Burn cream is another great thing. If you have a gas leak or fire or anything that you're going to need any kind of burn ointment, it's great to have. Sting insect repellent. It comes in many forms. You can get the wipes, or you can even get a spray bottle that comes in natural if you have skin allergies. Cold pack is also good for those if you have a concussion or if you have somebody who's unconscious. For really, honestly, multiple things. Sunscreen is great, whether you're having a heat wave or a drought. It's good just in general to have, that way you don't get sunburnt, which can add to dehydration and can make you sick that way. It's just a really good thing to have. Tongue depressors are another good item to have. They can be used for splints. They can be used for setting a broken ankle, leg, arm, and multiple other things. Emergency blankets are one of the best and cheapest items you can buy. They're about $2. They can keep you warm in a blizzard. They can keep you dry in a rainstorm, or if it's really windy, it can also keep the air from getting to you. And they're great to have. Two to three people can fit under one, but I suggest having one per person, just in case. A glow stick that you can just break and use is great in any emergency, whether you just need light or you need somebody to be able to see to find you. They're great to have. One thing that is hard to find, I did find it in this particular kit, it is vitamin C tablets to keep you from getting scurvy and to keep you healthy. Because if you're going a long time without food and correct nutrition like vegetables and fruits, you will need some kind of supplement. So make sure you have at least 2 of these per person. The next thing you're going to need to remember in your first aid and medical kit for your pack is you need to personalize it. You need to make sure you have any kind of allergy medication, any kind of prescribed medication like insulin or blood pressure pills or anything that your doctor has prescribed that you have to take on a daily basis. You can try to get from your doctor a emergency supply to keep in your pack but you need to make sure that you check it every couple of months to make sure they have not expired, because you do not, under any circumstances, want to take an expired medication prescription. It can make you sick and can make it worse than if you would have taken it in the first place. The next thing we're going to need is a bite and sting kit. You can find this at any camping store or store like Walmart, Kmart, any of those. Inside, you're going to find an instruction booklet that will go over different types of bites, from insects to snakes, and how to deal with them. You will also find bandages, sting relief wipes, and alcohol pads. Into the kit, you will have the extractor, which looks like a syringe, a razor, which will need to be disposed every time you use it because it will cause infections and can lead to diseases. You have 4 different tips, depending on what the book tells you you need for the type of bite that you are having, is the one you will use. So after you've determined what your person has been bitten by and looked at the manual, you will put the correct tip onto the syringe. The next thing you will do is stick it over the wound after you have used the razor or whatever it tells you you need to do, and you will pull up and remove the venom. You will keep doing that over and over until you have removed as much of the venom as you can, and follow the instructions in here until you can get them to medical help. Okay, the next thing we're going to need in our kit is sanitation stuff. One of the good ideas is bio wipes. They decompose within 21 days of when you bury it. They're good to keep everything clean and sanitary. Another option is travel towels. They come in their own little case, and they look like this. You put them in water, and they expand to form towels where you can wash dishes or use them for cleaning up wounds or whatever you need to use them for. Another good thing to have is emergency water purification tablets. If you run out of water in your canteen, or if you're at home and you have enough water storage, and you run out of that, you can always take any water, whether it's from a creek or water you collect from rain, and use these tablets to make safe drinking water. Because we don't want to drink unsafe drinking water because it will make you sick, could cause diarrhea and dehydration, and really lead to some serious things. You can get these are 5-gallon jugs. You can get these from any grocery store or superstore. It is suggested that you have at least 1 gallon of drinking water per person per day. We suggest 3 because you're going to need to cook with that and also bathe per person per day. So if you have a basement or a room in your house where you can store a larger kit, we suggest getting these and storing those there. It is also a good idea to maybe have one of these in your vehicle or bring jugs. If you don't have these or don't have room or money for these, you can always just bring these so that you can clean any water that you have. This is good in case of heat waves, drought. This will help to bring down the body temperature of someone who's been overheated, has been sunburned, or dehydrated. You can find these at just about any store, from Walmart to camping stores, all over. What you will do is you will open it. Inside there will be a cloth. They come in different colors. This will be wrapped in plastic. You will take off the plastic and dispose of it. You will need to take this out, soak the cloth, put it back into the tube, then fill the tube with water and let it drain overnight. The bottom has a hole in it, so all you got to do is leave it in your sink. After it has been drained, you're going to put the lid back on it and place it in your pack. This is good for months. These can be washed, and they are one of the best things to have if you're worried about getting too hot and getting over dehydrated. Another good thing to have is waterproof matches. Waterproof matches are designed so that if they get wet, they still strike. They have a wax coating on the outside. These can be found with everything else at any store Usually in the camping section. You can also get them at supply stores. Another good idea is either to make sure they're in a waterproof Ziploc bag, or you can buy a plastic container that floats to keep them safe and dry that way. Another good thing to have is a flint and flint stick. Again, these can be found in any camping supply store or superstore like Walmart, Kmart, or something like that. But they're indispensable. I mean, you can use these when you have run out of your matches, your lighter stops working. They're just really great to have. Another good thing is quick, easy. You can get these for $1 at almost anywhere, from a gas station to a store. It's water pure out. You don't need water. You just put it on your hands and it kills germs. Another awesome thing is camp soap. Camp soap are these little tiny sheets. When wet, they can do dishes, make them all clean and sanitary, or they can bathe you. Staying clean is one of the biggest things you can do to keep yourself safe and healthy. It may not seem like much, but if you're out there for weeks or months at a time and you're trying to survive, staying healthy can mean the difference between a cut and an infection. The next thing we're going to need is toilet paper. I suggest camp toilet paper. You can get this at RV stores, camping stores, and regular stores like Walmart and Kmart. It's condensed, it's compact, so you're not carrying a cumbersome big roll of normal toilet paper. Also, it is soft, and it seals nicely and is light to carry in your backpack or container. Next thing we should talk about is food. There are a lot of different things you can do with a lot of different options depending on your budget and how many people you're going to need food for. Some cheap and easy ones are tuna kits. They don't need to be refrigerated. They're about $1.19 at Walmart and Kroger's. And they come with crackers and your mayonnaise and relish and silverware and the whole 9 yards, and this can be reused as your plate. Seasoning is awesome to have, because once you run out of your supplies of food for however much you are able to have, you're going to have seasoning for the stuff that may not be that great or appetizing. Like if you're cooking fish that you've caught from the river, or if all else fails and you're eating those grubs and worms, this will at least make it taste a little better to help you get it down. Options besides tuna would be granola. Granola's great, any kind, even homemade. Beef jerky will last pretty much forever. That's another good option. The trick is to keep at least a week of food per person. I would suggest at least 3 weeks for a major kit if you're going to do one in your house. Another good thing to have is a metal food service kit. This one has a fork, a spoon, and a knife, and a can opener, and it comes apart where they can be easily washed and reused. You've probably seen these throughout the video. Simple Ziploc bags. Everything for each individual part of the kit should be in a Ziploc bag. 1, to keep everything safe and dry. 2, because you can use these to hold food, to hold waste, to keep predators who's going to want your food out of it. If they can't smell it, they don't know it's there. One of the best resources I've found is Survivor Man's book. In the back, he lists different maps and different emergency lists for different types of situations. Trash bags can be used from anything from a makeshift tent to a raincoat. It can be made to make a dry bed on the ground. They are one of the cheapest items and one of the most useful items. You can find them anywhere. I do suggest that you try to find orange ones. I could not, but you can find them during Halloween. The orange ones can help you be found. If you're making a tent out of it and it's in orange, somebody coming by is going to notice a neon orange bag. One of the main things you're going to need in an emergency, if you need to get somebody's attention for medical help, rescue, it's good in case of flood, it's good at night, really any time of day or night this can be seen. It is a flare. you would pop open the cap and follow the instructions on how to twist off, and it shoots up into the air so that anybody will be able to find you. I would suggest getting multiples of these. That way you have them when you need them in case of life-threatening or flood or hurricane or anything where you think you're going to need help getting rescued that you cannot get yourself out of. Everyone should get a weather radio to have at home for in case of emergencies in the middle of the night when that storm's coming and you're fast asleep. This will warn you and wake you up of an approaching storm, whether it be simple hail or a tornado or a hurricane, depending on your weather. Also good to have for your kit is a to-go module. It's a weather radio, just like the one you have at home that's plugged in. This one is portable. It comes with a flashlight, it comes with a clock, and what you're going to do is you're going to need, depending on the radio, batteries. You're going to put the batteries separate from the radio so that your batteries do not run dead, because you never know when you're going to need them. You're going to want extra batteries. I suggest you put both of these, including the instruction booklet, inside of a Ziploc bag. This will protect it from water or any kind of leakage of anything. To receive your free battery, you're going to go to www.lifegear.com. On there, you will fill out a form, and they will send you a free replacement battery for the life of your flashlight. All you have to do is pay the shipping and handling. So in one device, you have your flashlight, your glow stick, and your emergency beacon. Another good thing to attach to this, which can also be found in all camping supply stores and most convenience stores, is a multi-tool. It consists of a compass, a whistle, a thermometer, and a magnifying glass. Next thing we're going to need for our kit is duct tape. This is a small roll that will easily fit inside of your pack. You can get as big a roll as you want, but remember, layer can be better because you're trying to carry this on your back in an emergency. Duct tape can be used from just about anything. It's good against rain, so if you're wanting to coat something in it to keep yourself dry, it's good for fixing holes. You can use it to even make a boat, which is... A mirror can be used for multiple things, from whether you're going to be shaving outside or camping to needing to get a hold of somebody. If you've used up your flares, a mirror is an awesome way to get somebody's attention. You can shine it in their eyes. You can use it as a beacon to find people in the woods. The next thing you're going to need is a multi-tool. It can be found in any camping or supply store. This one tool can be pliers, a knife, a can opener, a screwdriver, a saw. The saw is probably one of the most important things that you have. Even if you don't have one in your multi-tool, you need to bring a small saw. Saw can be used to cut wood for splints. It can be used to cut wood for shelters. It can be used to cut into things that you may find that would be helpful in an emergency situation. The cool thing about this is the whole thing folds down into a very small package. Most of these come with their own pouch, and you can neatly fit it in and stick it inside. It may not sound like the #1 priority when you're building an emergency kit, but the thing is, whether you have kids or it's just you, you need something if you're stuck somewhere for weeks or months to keep your mind occupied so that you don't go crazy. Anything from a ball or a harmonica, a book, or playing cards, anything to keep you doing something, talking. If you have kids, you want to bring some of their favorite books, some of their favorite games, something small though that you can fit into the pack. As with any kit, one thing you need to remember is you need to personalize it for you and your family. With food, if you have children, remember diapers, remember baby formula, remember baby food, anything like that. If you have something special you need to bring, don't forget it. Make a list. The next thing we want to talk about is clothing. If it is cold outside, remember, because you're going to update your kit every couple of months, remember to pack the clothing that you will need. A jacket, no matter what time of year, is always good, because it's something you can take off if you get too hot, or something you can add if you're just chilly. Pullovers are also a good thing. They add extra warmth, they're good to sleep in, and they're just good protection all around. And for summer, I would suggest a couple of different t-shirts, maybe a tank top, some shorts, extra pants, underwear, all that essential stuff. Is a sleeping bag. It's a good thing to have either in your basement or in your car or both. In the case of an emergency, this is something you can have to sleep in that is warm and dry. You can tell on the bottom of the bag, any brand, what the warmth is. This one's between 10 degrees and 30 degrees, which means you'll be comfortable between those two. If you're in a colder climate, you will need to go from 0 to probably 15 or 20. That'll keep you warmer in colder weather. If you're in a hotter climate like Florida or those areas, you want to make sure to get one that's going to be between 15 to 25 degrees, because you don't want to roast either. Now that you know how to make a survival kit, you are prepared from the smallest emergency to a major disaster. Good luck making your own.
Phi Theta Kappa.
Upsilon Pi!
Thanks you for watching.